Welcome, my name is Father Mark, a priest of the Diocese of Houma-Thibodaux, and we're here today to talk about what is this thing called the strategic plan. Perhaps you've asked questions about what is the plan, or folks have asked you questions and you haven't either heard or been able to give a response back to those very beautiful questions. Let's boil down the strategic plan into something that I think a lot of us understand, which is the natural dynamics of a relationship. One of my favorite priests, Fr Pedro Arrupe, who was once Superior General of the Jesuits, in 1976 at the Bicentennial Eucharistic Congress gave this powerful speech about falling in love with God. At the end of the speech, as he was fielding questions, a staunchy old Jesuit from the back said, "That's great, Father, but give me something practical." And without skipping a beat, Fr Arrupe looked at the skeptic naysayer and said, "Nothing is more practical than finding God, than falling in love in a quite absolute final way. What you are in love with, what seizes your imagination, will affect everything. It will decide what will get you out of bed in the morning, what you do with your evenings, how you spend your weekends, what you read, who you know, what seizes your heart, and what amazes you with joy and gratitude. Fall in love, stay in love, and it will decide everything." What is a strategic plan? It's just that. It's about falling in love with God, staying in love with God, so that God determines everything in our life. A lot of us who are listening today perhaps are married, were married, or know somebody who is married. And what we all know about life is this: it's a lot easier to fall in love with someone than it is to stay in love with someone. But once we have, they determine everything in our life. Likewise, a lot of us know what it's like to encounter God, to fall in love with God. But the hard work in the spiritual life is staying in love with God. What is the strategic plan? It's a strategic process for us to fall in love with God, to stay in love with God, so that He decides everything in our life. I invite you to learn more about the strategic plan by going to our website, htdiocese.org, and to learn more about how we can help you fall in love, stay in love, so that God decides everything. And if we do that, imagine what our future will look like. Imagine our future filled with hope. God bless you.